I think it's almost time for Cam Ward and many other big-time transfer portal quarterbacks to announce their official decision. What's going on, Canes fans? I think it's time for a full-blown transfer portal update video because Miami has picked up a few more players, and of course we're going to talk about the quarterbacks as well. Cam Ward, Will Howard, DJ Ukulele, let's just call him DJ for today's video, and even Kyle McCord. One of those guys has already made a decision, and I think that I have a pretty good idea of where the others will land. But before we dive in, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, and if you already are, like the video by hitting the thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. We're very close to 23,000 subscribers. I think we're around 100 away. So, let your baby mama, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, the cat down the street know that they should subscribe to the Coach Coop channel because I think that we can hit 23,000 before the end of 2023. So let's start with Miami's newest pickups out of the transfer portal, defensive lineman C.J. Clark and safety Savion Riley. Clark is roughly 6'3", 300 pounds, and transferred from NC State. Now keep in mind that he suffered injuries in 2020 and 2021, which greatly limited his playing time with the Wolfpack. But he totaled 72 tackles, 4 sacks, and 7.5 tackles for loss. He put out this tweet after committing to the Canes, and he kept it short, sweet, and to the point, saying, "Go Canes, let's work." Now, the next pickup for Miami was safety Riley, who is roughly 6'2", 202 pounds, and he transferred from Vanderbilt. Safety is another position of need for the Canes after we lost both Cam Kinchens and James Williams to the NFL draft. Now, Riley spent 2 seasons with Vandy, and he saw no playtime in 2022, but this past season in 2023, he played in 8 games, starting 2 of them, and he totaled 45 tackles. Now, this is a bit of a younger guy, but I like this because this is more of a long-term guy that we're going to bring into play safety, and this coaching staff can develop him. Now, he also put out a statement here on Twitter, keeping it short, sweet, and to the point. I love it whenever the players don't write out these big, lengthy novels when they depart or when they come in. Keep it short and sweet. He says, committed, hashtag the U, and then he tags Coach Adai. And then, of course, there's always a sick little edit that comes along with it. Love it, love it, love it. Honestly, I love both of these pickups because, well, it fills a position of need in some areas that we, have some depth issues. And I also just like both of those guys. I think that Clark was a beast whenever he did play, and Riley has some really good potential. So I like both of the pickups for the Canes. And I also want to give you a quick portal update before we get into the quarterbacks. Jafari Harvey went to SMU to play under Rhett Lashley, and Don Chaney Jr. went to Louisville. Now, I know some people don't care about keeping up with the Miami Hurricanes that leave, but sometimes I like to mention some of the bigger players or some that were maybe big favorites of mine, just so we can kind of follow where they end up. And keep in mind that Miami plays Louisville next year. So, Chaney, we'll be seeing you real soon. So let's wrap this thing up with some quarterback talk because I know that's what everyone is waiting on. And I want to kick it off by saying Kyle McCord, the Ohio State transfer, is no longer on the board. Now, I know that he wasn't necessarily a take for the Canes. I don't believe the coaching staff was interested in him. And most Miami fans weren't interested in him either because, well, he would have been a former Buckeye, but he has officially committed to Syracuse. Cam Ward and Will Howard, however, are both still available, and Cam Ward's father put out a statement saying that he's not planning on taking any more visits, which means he would be deciding between Florida State and Miami. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. FSU also hosted DJ, the Oregon State transfer, in addition to Cam Ward. And DJ seems very interested in the Seminoles. As in, if they give him the green light, I believe that DJ would be on campus as soon as possible. They obviously have interest in DJ because they brought him in for a visit, but it's rumored that Cam Ward is still Florida State's top target, with DJ being number 2. Ward also appears to be Miami's number 1 target, with number 2 being Will Howard, but Will Howard just took an official visit to USC over the weekend. So basically everyone is waiting for Cam Ward to make a decision, and I think he makes it pretty soon. And I personally don't really pay much attention to the interviews and statements after the visits because they're just generic responses, and that's to be expected. You know, the whole, I enjoyed my visit. Yeah, things went great. It looks like I would be a great fit for the system at this school. That's what they always say. And like I said, I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just so funny because so many people on social media try to dissect those statements. Well, he didn't mention the stadium about this school. Well, he didn't name drop the offensive coordinator when he visited this school. They're going to get hammered with a ton of questions. It's honestly probably quite annoying if you put yourself in their shoes. They're going to want to go back, speak with their family, and make a decision. Any of the statements that they put out is just going to be pretty much generic. Now, with all of that being said, I'm starting to lean towards Cam Ward to Miami, Will Howard to USC, and DJ to Florida State. I'm going to be honest, though, this is anybody's guess. I feel like Miami must be pretty confident in Ward, though, since they're willing to wait on his decision, because there's a good chance that if we miss out on Ward after waiting a while for his decision, we also miss out on Will Howard, which would mean that we missed out on both of our top 2 targets. So it's a very fine line, but we've already discussed this. Mario Cristobal is an experienced recruiter, and, you know, there's a good chance that he can gauge the vibe and the feel of the visit. There's a constant line of communication open with Cam Ward and his family. So he must have a good feeling about it if they're willing to wait. Unless, this is why this is anybody's guess, unless there's some behind the scenes things happening, and let's say maybe they have a bad feeling about Ward and they almost maybe kind of have an agreement with Howard, but Howard still wants to weigh his options and look at other things. Like, anything is a possibility. Maybe Howard goes to the NFL. Maybe Cam Ward goes to the NFL. All of these things are still on the table. But what we do know is that Ward does appear to be choosing between Miami and Florida State, because they have said that Ward might jump on a Zoom call or 2 over the next few days, but I find it highly unlikely that you could win a guy over on FaceTime or, you know, on a video call. So it does appear to be down to Miami and Florida State. I know that DJ really wants to be a Seminole, and I think that DJ fits at Florida State. And I do actually kind of think that Cam Ward probably fits at Miami. But I think that Will Howard also fits at Miami potentially. But again, the coaching staff has made it very apparent. They rolled out the red carpet. Cam Ward is priority number 1. Florida State won't feel like they're completely missing out, however, if Ward picks Miami, because they also seem to like DJ quite a bit. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Again, I'm not going to put out any official predictions because it's just so unpredictable. If I had to say which way I'm leaning, and I won't backpedal on these things, you know, unless there's some kind of crazy new information that comes out, I would say it's looking like Ward Miami, DJ Florida State, Will Howard USC. Now, if Ward comes out and announces, hey, I choose Florida State, and then Will Howard goes to USC instead of Miami, then I don't really know. We have to back up and punt and start over and figure this thing out. Then we maybe look at, I don't know. I don't know. It really seems like the coaching staff is all in on Ward, and then Howard as a backup as a maybe. So, like I said, don't be shy. We'll find out soon, but let me know your comments down below. That's what I think. That's how I'm feeling on this Sunday evening. Remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.